talking peace over power with the power of
GWPOP Talk. Are you ready to talk?
Welcome to a GWPOP Intent Talk. Yes, our intentions are good, and yes, we're literally talking in a tent. We're here today to talk face-to-face with some of the people in South Park in Hermosa Beach, California, on some of our various subjects, such as music, food, social media, health, and most of all, peace. Our main intention here at GWPOP is simply to open conversation, to let new ideas in, and shine some light on ways to build the power of peace and make change a real possibility. I'm your host for the moment, Ty. I got Kohler and Herb here with me. And our subject for today's Intent Talk is passions and dreams, figurative and literal. Kohler, you were telling me about something you got set up over there, man. You want to tell me about your passion?
Yes. So I love business, and I actually own a business. Go Nuts, genuinely original nuts. I sell candied and flavored pecans.
Candy flavors.
And so I started it about a year ago, and I can't believe it's been a year, actually. But
How old are you, man?
I'm 17 right now.
All right.
And so I'm just going after my dreams right now.
Good
Trying
man.
to save up for college, and I do donate 10% profits to the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation.
Oh,
Because I've always wanted to be philanthropic. I always wanted to give back to the community in some way. And so I found a good way to do that because my brother has type 1 diabetes, so that's why.
Gotcha, a little near and dear to your heart there, huh? Well, that's really nice, man. So is business your passion, or is the kind of baking the food your passion?
I think just really the business aspect. I do love the baking part of it and making my product, but I think the all around business part of leading that idea that I created, and that product that I made, and selling it to people, seeing the joy that I give people when they try my product.
That's really nice, man. I like that a lot. All right. How about you, Herb?
What do you want to know?
I want to know some passions, man. What's something you just can't stop thinking about?
I think music is one.
Is that right? In which way? You an avid listener or a player? Or?
I've played piano all my life.
Oh, that's cool.
I had a very, very good instructor. I don't need music, and I can play very close harmony without music.
Yeah.
And I can spend an hour just go like that. Another one was traveling.
Traveling.
I like traveling.
That's very nice.
Been last count I've been to 43 countries.
All right.
And 21 cruises.
Ooh, there you go.
But
Out on the ocean.
my wife and I really enjoyed traveling.
Let's get what's the favorite place you've been?
Greek Islands.
Greek Islands, huh? Very cool. Did you get a chance to maybe play any piano while you were out there?
No, you don't compete with those people.
Is that right?
What I liked was we would go there, just the two of us,
Uh-huh.
my wife and I. One suitcase, one pair of shoes, no, you had to carry it.
I hear you.
And we would travel during the day from an island to an island,
Mm-hmm.
and then spend the night on that island. With the cruise ships, they put their people on during the day on the island, and then they go back for dinner and
Sleep on
they
the
miss all the life.
There you go. What's funny you say that you guys pack light and things like that. Considering it is a passion of yours, you notice that if you're really passionate about something, you don't really need a lot of things to have around because you're really consumed by it. You know what I mean? You find that too, man. Even if you're running low on supplies or there's not many people out buying the pecans that day.
I still try my hardest. I always ask people nicely, "I'm gonna try some candy pecan samples." And
Yeah, come on.
always outgoing, even if they don't like them. I'm always friendly. And I just love it so much. I just keep going.
That's
and time flies by, like you were saying with the piano. How an hour goes by really quick. When I'm baking or when I'm selling it, time just flies.
That's when you know you're doing the right thing.
Yes.
Did you kind of teach yourself how to bake then, or did you have instruction the way
My-
Herb
my-
instructed on the piano?
My family, my classic flavor, my cinnamon sugar one, is actually a really old secret family recipe, and so I grew up eating those, and so one day, my parents were teaching me how to make them, and so I learned from them, and then from there, since I had that experience of making that old family recipe, I learned how to make all my own other flavors. So I didn't use the internet or anything like that. I just created the flavors by myself.
Good old fashioned.
Wow, that's the way to do it.
When I was little, my two things that I wanted to do were passion was business and Olympic swimming. But I don't think I'm going to do the Olympic swimming anymore because I'm not that great at swimming. But I've always loved business. I've been enrolled in like little business programs here. I know since I was little. I actually, when I lived in South Carolina, because I lived in South Carolina for about a year or two, I was in a business-oriented middle school. Like they have specialty middle schools there, where you have to. There's a public school, but you still have to apply to be in the program, and so they would connect every class you take back to business.
Wow.
And so I got
Popping out little entrepreneurs.
yes, and so I learned all about like the stock market, financials, all kinds of stuff like that. So it was
That's a pretty smart idea.
Yeah.
Not everyone's a businessman, obviously, and I actually would consider you kind of a rare bird to be so interested in that at such a young age, but it's still really useful knowledge. Most of us just have no idea how most of that stuff works.
Yeah, it is.
We can get bitten by it a lot, you know. How about you, Herb? Were you passionate about piano at a young age, or did that sort of come about at some point?
It came about when I met a guy that could teach me what I wanted to learn.
There you go. So would you consider a good instructor pretty important to developing a passion? 100%?
What was the? Can I ask what was the first music? I mean, what were you? What did you want to play?
Well, see, I grew up during the big band era,
Okay.
1940, and that's the kind of music I like. But the instructor I had before that, she wanted to stay with the classics. You can't improve on the classics.
So you wanted to rock, basically. You wanted to swing.
I don't like rock music. I just like the 40s music, big band.
Nice. Yeah.
Did you guys have any sort of dreams when you were much younger? What did you want to be when you were older, as maybe a 5 or 6 year old? You know, some people want to be firemen, some people want to be policemen, and that kind of thing. Just curious.
Well, I think like I wanted to be an Olympic swimmer because I would always watch the Olympics and I'd see like Michael Phelps, because I grew up in the time when Michael Phelps was like first coming around and
Right on.
getting all those gold medals. So he was a big inspiration for me at a young age for swimming, and I actually think he helped, like that inspiration like led into my business life as well, because like not only was he swimming, but he was also following his dreams. He was working really hard to achieve what he wanted to achieve, and so like from a young age I was learning that I have to work hard to achieve my dreams, and I have to work hard to do what I want to do.
Watching someone else achieve greatness in their own passion can either influence you to sort of swim along, you know, with his passion, and or it can just inspire you in other ways. I know, for instance, I'm pretty into tennis, and I love watching Roger Federer play, because to me he's just a master athlete of any sorts, and when I watch him I do get influenced. It kind of makes me want to play tennis, you know, but really it also just makes me want to be a master of greatness in whatever my passion is, because I kind of believe that to be a true master, to be truly great at something, when your passions line up with a natural ability to do something, then magic can really happen. So the younger you sort of figure things out, sometimes the better, you know? So it's nice that we get to see other people be so great and they can kind of rub off on us, you know?
I love to hear classical music. I'm a good piano player. But I realize that there's limits to a person. I could practice 8 hours a day, 365 days a year. I'll never get by this line that makes you a professional classical pianist. Never, never. They're in a class all themselves.
Yeah.
But you have, once you appreciate that, then you can enjoy it.
Do you have a favorite pianist?
Yeah, Carmen Cavallero.
Carmen Cavallero. That's classical or
He's popular.
okay.
He even had his own band. But he was popular back in the 40s.
Oh, okay.
You guys don't remember those days.
I listen to a lot of that music though.
We can Google him, right?
Yeah.
Because I could go out and like have parties with friends or something like that, but I can have fun doing what I love as well. So I don't have to have a party to have fun.
Sure.
And everything like
There's
that.
something really great and really fun about hanging out with your friends and being social, but sometimes putting that aside and just hitting your passion real hard can give you more fulfilling feeling in a day or two. So you know you're working real hard.
Some people might be harder because like a lot of people do have very close friends that they love to go out and do things with. And, like, sometimes it can get in the way, like your business. Like I've seen plenty of people get their like actors or people like that get their business or their profession in the way of their like family life or in the way of their marriages and things like that. And so it can be hard to balance.
I mean, passion is a raw force, and it often can be out of hand and dangerous even. So how important is it to channel passion, to almost tame passion?
So regulate the powerful force.
Make it useful.
Yes, without getting dangerous, as you said.
Well, you know, I've seen both sides. I've experienced both sides.
Is that right?
I mean,
Biting off a little more than one can chew is somewhat in there, and
I have some similar passions to that you have mentioned, but my real passion is doing things well. Now, having done that for a number of years, my passion for it is less than it used to be. I'm now interested in using my event-producing skills, let's say, which is what I do, for philanthropic purposes. I'm no longer so concerned about what am I going to get out of it.
Sure.
You sleep.
What am I going to profit?
You sleep well at night, then, don't you?
I do sleep very well at night, although last night I didn't. I had a fight with my girlfriend, and last night I didn't.
Oh, horrors.
It'll be okay.
that's passion. No fight, no love. You know?
Right. But that's my point, is once passion becomes love, it supersedes it, I think.
That's interesting.
Is that worth discussing?
Do you think passion starts as an interest, and you follow that interest, and that could bloom into a passion? And if, as you go through that passion, maybe you find that it's something you're really interested in, but maybe you're ready to put it down, or it can bloom into a true love that you just can't ever stop doing.
I think that I believe there's a big difference between lust and love.
Fair enough.
One is helpful to the world in general, the other most probably isn't.
But it's helpful.
Healthy.
Personally helpful.
Yeah, one
I'm making a joke.
One can last, the other can't.
Exactly.
Precisely.
I think like it can be very hard sometimes to tell like whether you really love doing something or you don't, because sometimes you think you do and then you go full force and then you don't anymore.
It can be scary.
Yeah, because I've had friends who like, think they love doing this or love doing that, and they go to college for it, and then they like go do internships and they find that they actually don't like it that much as much as they thought they would. And so I think it can be very hard to find out what you really like.
Yeah, and maybe people do that enough times, they start to back away. And they go, man, you know, I don't know if I know what I'm passionate about. So I'll live a happy life in my social life. You know, maybe I'll put the hard work, obsessive, passion-driven thing down, and I'll be a great brother or parent or son or daughter and things like that.
And I think it's our job in life to overcome those deficits and find that joy in living.
Great to meet you guys. Thank you, Herb.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone in the
Bravo,
audience.
bravo, bravo, bravo.